and exceedingly loved? Do you immensely love Pastor Anthony and exceedingly, whoo, you're the man? If not, you're not doing what God said. Do you do that to your neighbours? Do you do it to your father or mother that's hurt you and abused you? Do you do it to the one that's bad-mouthed you and stole from you or cheated on you or let you down? Do you do that? Because if you don't, you're holding offence and it's not of God. Come on. To be pleased, delighted and thrilled. How thrilled are you? Oh. To be content. That means happy, satisfied and pleased with. Like our Christianity should be one of happiness. We're so pleased with who we are. See, for you to knock yourself and say you don't like yourself or you're not pleased with where you are in God and you're not pleased with God, that's really like just getting to Jesus and going, now you're back on the cross, my friend, because I haven't accepted it. He's pleased with you. Be pleased with yourself. It's a choice. We have to walk in number 1 to get to number 2. It's a choice to love akapawa, your friends, your neighbours, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers. Then you'll go into agapawa, and agape is this, the deepest love for affection. Affection is warmness and friendliness. Goodness, goodwill, kindness, happiness and support. There's so many good things in there for us to do. Oh, but Pastor, we feel so far short of that. You wouldn't believe in just what I said this morning. Wipe it and get on with it. Too many times we wallow in our mistakes instead of looking at the good things. You need to sometimes just say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm human, I really didn't mean it, and let's just move on, but really mean it, and just try to move on. Because God says he throws your sins to the east to the west in the sea of forgetfulness and remembers them no more. So when you go back to God and say, hey, just remember that this morning, go, what are you talking about? He can choose to forget. We can't, but we have to. We've got to say, we may not forget, but we're not worrying about the sting. The result is feel the deepest love for the Father and each other as possible. That's agape, but it begins with agapawa. Your father on this earth may have hurt you. He may have been harsh to you. He may have even been distant from you. But most times it's a direct reflection of what they were brought up like. Do you know that? My stepfather, man, he was hard because he was taught hard. But you know, it's a new day for you and me. From this day forth, you can say no more. The new generation's going to be different. Don't let it carry through. And today you can start to begin to change. Maybe you weren't so close with your brother or your neighbour. The word says you must love them. It needs to be a choice to forgive them, and you may even need to ask forgiveness from someone. You know, the Bible's quite plain. It says if you bring a gift to the altar and then you remember that someone has offence with you, leave your gift at the altar and go and see them and make amends. Now, it doesn't mean that you have an offence with them. It says if you remember someone has offence with you, quite different. It says you go and make amends with them because you've offended someone. That's the love that God's asking. If you've offended your family, if you're in not relationship with your family, people don't come to church because they have a relationship breakdown with their family or someone in the church. We're family. That's wrong. You need to go and make amends and get back into fellowship. They might not even know that they hurt you. You know, it wasn't their intention. You know, some people just can't even help it. That's just how they're brought up. It's hard sometimes as a pastor. Some people come in. Over the years, I've seen people that just come in, they scramble eggs. Just scrambled eggs. And they say, please put me back together. I'm Humpty Dumpty. It's hard to put scrambled eggs back together, but God can do it. You can't look at man, you've got to look at God. He can just restore anything. He made the eggs.